Good afternoon and welcome to this special spotting edition from Washington Dulles International Airport. We're over the Stephen F. Udvar-Hazy Center. That's KLM inbound from Amsterdam. Got a FlexJet inbound from West Palm Beach. So we have 4 runways here at Washington Dulles. 3 of them are currently in use. They don't really use one left very much, but right now we're coming in on 1 center and 1 right. Really hoping that wind turns around for tomorrow since I'm on the other side for my hotel. And then 304 departure. So we're gonna try as much as we can. We have a Korean business jet coming in later today. Hopefully that comes in over here. 6055, I believe, is coming in from Kansas City. I do have my other camera just so we can get the stuff that's coming in farther away on 1 center. We'll go to the parking garage here in a little bit. But with the runway that they're using, I wanted to try to come down here and get as close as I can to the international arrivals as they come in. And we'll probably go inside the museum here at some point too. Maybe visit Space Shuttle Discovery and all the cool exhibits here at the Space Museum, Smithsonian, Udvar-Hazy Center. United, I believe this flight is coming in from Zurich. A couple special liveries coming in today. And that Korean government 737 BBJ coming in a little bit later on today. Hopefully we get some good shots of that for you. Had a Russian government aircraft here. I didn't know they were still allowed in the country. I got a picture of it from my phone when I was coming in that I'll upload too. United Flight 804, it's a 777 inbound from Tokyo. Copa 443 coming in from Panama City. 415 and remain outside to get the flag. Coming in over the trees, Saudi Flight 35. And I apologize if I butcher any city name today, I don't mean it. They're inbound from, I believe, Jeddah? Does that sound right? A special livery, it's United 2031 inbound from Houston. It's the Being United 737 MAX. United Flight 919, it's another 777 inbound from London Heathrow. Washington Dulles is one of United's main hubs. Definitely major hubs going to Europe. So we'll see a lot of United this weekend. United 943, it's a 757-200 inbound from Lisbon. kind of feel like the Korean might go in on the center. So kind of make my mind up for what I want to do in a little bit. Another United flight 109 inbound from Munich. Got a 777 coming in on center. Have to grab my other camera for the center arrivals over here. So it looks like anything coming in from the east is going into right, and anything coming in from the west is going into center. So I'm starting to kind of figure out my way around this airport. Try to get some ideas for later. We have a British Airways A380 coming in tonight, so stay tuned. And I'm hoping the wind shifts because I want to get the Emirates A380 over my hotel in the morning. Here she is, the mighty queen of the skies. She'll be coming in here on one right in about 5 minutes. Stay tuned. British Airways 217. It's a 777 inbound from London Heathrow. Now we have another United 777 coming in. I believe this flight's coming in from San Francisco. It's coming in on the center. So today we'll spot over here. We'll probably go to the museum for a little bit and then hang out for the British Airways when it comes in this evening. It looks like the weather should change. The wind should change for tomorrow. So hopefully it will. We'll get everything coming in the other way tomorrow and then hang out at the parking garage tomorrow before we go do a special event on the Air Canada Jazz Flight 723. It's a Embraer E175 coming in here on the right side from Montreal. We got special livery. It's Avianca 582 from San Salvador. It's the Taca Retro.
305 holding short at number 1 to top 3. I'm sorry, so you're going to get
Virgin Airlines Flight 21 Kilo. It's a 787 Dreamliner inbound from London. Caravan. Now we got a Queen of the Skies. The 1,500th 747 built 747-8 inbound from Frankfurt, Germany. United 636 inbound from Burlington, Virginia. A320. It does look like the Korean is coming in on the other runway, so I'm going to walk over and try to get a decent vantage point. You wish I was at the garage to catch it, so we would have got a really nice angle of it. But we'll still see it from over here. Also, don't want to miss the heavies. So it's like, I don't want to miss the heavies for one aircraft. Express. ERJ 145. We don't see these in Cleveland, so they're pretty neat to see when they're around. So kind of just for the rest of the day, just so you know, we're going to go inside the museum for about an hour, see what we can see in there, and then after that we'll probably grab some dinner, catch the evening arrivals, and then maybe go over to the garage for a little bit. Check into the hotel, and then tomorrow morning, hopefully the wind changes and we'll get the Emirates A380 overhead. We'll see. Air France Flight 54 inbound from Charles de Gaulle Airport in Paris. And here's a special visitor for today. It's Korea 2447 coming in from Anchorage, Alaska. Boeing BBJ. Probably bringing in some VIPs. Look at this, we got another heavy inbound, Qatar 707, bound from Doha. I say 777. It's an Airbus A350. I don't know what I'm thinking. I think it's because it's flight 707, it threw me off. A350. Etihad flight 131 inbound from Abu Dhabi. 787 Dreamliner. That's the last heavy for about an hour, so we're gonna go inside and check out the museum and come back out. We'll do some more spotting. We got a British Airways A380, we got an Air France A350, and a few others that'll be coming in, and then we'll probably head over to the garage and try to get some departures off of either One Center or runway 30, and possibly some departures over there too. Got a MD-11 tonight. We got the A380 leaving, so we'll try to see if we can get those for you tonight before we go to bed. Stay tuned. I have a little bit too much lens for it here, but I wanted to kind of give a quick overview of the Udvar-Hazy Center. I was here a couple of years ago, but they had a lot of it taped off due to renovation, so kind of cool to be back. I got a little bit too much, way too much lens, but you can see Discovery in the background, and of course the Lockheed SR-71. This one set the world speed record on this flight into Dulles back in 1990. Check that out. This SR-71 was Jetfire in the second Transformers movie, if you saw that. Of course, over here is the commercial airliner prototype for the 707. And we got a Concorde in the background. And here's the Enola Gay, the B-29 that dropped the first atomic bomb. I just have way too much zoom. I'm set up to shoot airplanes outside. Of course, the Dash 8 is more than just the 707 prototype. The military prototype as well. It's also the airplane that Tex Johnson rolled. This is the prototype for all of Boeing's commercial airliners. a couple of aircraft here to race in the national air races. Got this clipped Grumman Bearcat that won the national championships. I believe it said 5 times. And then over here, I think this is the Laird Turner racer, if I'm not mistaken. This aircraft, I believe, actually raced in Cleveland. It's back under restoration as a working in this museum as well as the one downtown. We'll have to get to the one downtown here at some point where the Wright Flyer and everything is. Gorgeous airplane. This is a 1/28 scale model of the Hindenburg. This model was used in the 1975 movie with George C. Scott. Didn't even see it here. Got a nice little collection of models and stuff from lighter than aircraft, including this girder. This girder and some of the skin came off of the Hindenburg, as well as the saucers that we covered after the disaster, as well as some saucers for the Graf Zeppelin, and a piece of fabric from the Los Angeles. There's a gorgeous model of the Hindenburg up there from the movie. This is pretty cool. It's a 1/72nd scale model of the USS Akron. The largest American airship ever built. It was actually built in Akron, in the big air dock near where I live. You can kind of see how the girders inside created the shape. This model is actually transferred over from the Navy, so it's probably one of the display models that they had when they unveiled the Akron back in the 1930s. Of course, it crashed in the storm and it killed, I think, 78 people. Because they didn't believe they needed to put life jackets on board for weight. Which is the deadliest airship accident in history. You can see how the gas cells are inside. Of course, the American airships used helium. And in the background here, we got a couple of the balloons that were used to set records. Pretty neat. Kid, I loved airships and found out this model was down here. It used to be in the main museum over by the gift shop in downtown. And so part of the reason that we came to Washington, D.C. when I was a kid was to see this model. So it's cool to see it again. Over here is the car off the Goodyear blimp Columbia, and this was the first airship to do live coverage from aerial coverage using a camera that mounted out the window. And this gondola is also from the blimp that lost its crew, called the Ghost Blimp. The crew that back in World War II, when they were using blimps as submarine spotters, that landed and they never found the crew. Obviously the star here is the Air France Concorde in the background, but this Dassault Falcon was FedEx's first airplane. So this is the aircraft that FedEx began their aerial operations delivering cargo. And then of course in the background, we'll get a little closer and get some more shots. So we got the Air France Concorde. And then here in the foreground is the gondola off the Goodyear blimp Pilgrim. The Pilgrim was Goodyear's first promotional blimp. First flew in 1925 up at Wingfoot Lake, where we just were for a tour a couple of weeks ago. Kind of some close shots of the GZ-20 gondola from the Columbia. This airship also was in the movie Black Sunday, if you've seen that movie. And it's still got the lead bags that they put on the front for ballast. You see the giant camera sticking out the window. And then over here is a Curtiss Sparrowhawk. And this is one of the fighter planes that was used by the Navy airship program. They would actually catch these fighter planes in the air. The Akron and Macon were used as kind of airborne aircraft carriers. And they would catch the airplane with this hook. So the pilot would fly up. There'd be a hook underneath the airship and he'd catch onto this. And then they would pull the airplane up inside. This is the only remaining Sparrowhawk. Of course, this one was on the making. The second of the great airships built by Goodyear in Akron. Pretty wild to see the Concorde, one of 3 Concordes preserved in the U.S., the only Air France Concorde to be preserved in the U.S. Air France and British Airways offered nonstop service from Paris or London here to Washington Dulles and New York's John F. Kennedy. Concorde was retired in 2003. I believe that the museum either got the airplane in 2003 or 2004. Of course, it's beautifully preserved here. This is one of the few that you cannot go through. I know some of them around the world you can actually walk through. This one you can't walk through it. The idea here is that this, if anything ever were to happen, this would be the airplane on record. So they wanted to be kind of the last surviving example. God forbid things ever were to happen. And then underneath the Concorde is this Pan Am Clipper Flying Cloud over here. So we'll get closer to that. Gorgeous airplane over there. This is a Boeing Stratoliner. It's the only surviving Stratoliner left. And the wing and tail off this airplane really is kind of the airliner version of the B-17 Flying Fortress bomber. These 2 airplanes share a lot in common. You can see the design in the tail. And it shares with the B-17 and the B-29. And it uses the same engine and wing as the B-17. The only surviving example. Gorgeous aircraft here at the intakes. And this is, of course, this is the right side of the airplane, but you can see the proximity of the landing gear to the intakes. And of course, on that fateful day in 2000, when the Air France Concorde ran over a piece of debris, a piece of the tire went up and hit the wing, you can see there's certainly the proximity to the engines and to the wing where that fire began. I'm not sure about the wing, but I'm pretty sure the engine colleagues we have here with the engines in them, I'm pretty sure off of the B-17 Shoo Shoo Baby that was on display in Dayton for many, many, many years, a true combat veteran B-17G Flying Fortress bomber. The museum traded Shoo Shoo Baby for the Smithsonian's B-17D known as Swoos, which is an early World War II veteran. The Air Force Museum in Dayton is now restoring that airplane, so it should go on display probably about 10 years from now. And the Smithsonian will have a B-17 on display of their own. So looking forward to see Shoo Shoo Baby back on display. I don't think the wing is from Shoo Shoo Baby, but I believe those engine cowlings are. We got a few pieces over here for the restoration. And we're gonna walk in and take a look at Discovery before they kick us out. Here's the Mighty Queen's Discovery, America's oldest surviving space shuttle, on display here in Washington, D.C. Discovery spent the equivalent of 1 year in space and flew some very important missions like the Hubble Space Telescope, servicing missions, the International here to Pittsburgh because we have an Antonov An-124 taking off. There it is. United 2438, it's a 737 MAX inbound from LAX. Hang out over here for a little bit, get some dinner, then we'll go over to the garage and get the departures tonight. Trying to get that British Airways A380. United Flight 1328, it's a Boeing 737 MAX 9 inbound from Denver. We're in the emerger livery. I'm not gonna lie, I debated all night about which camera do I bring. Do I bring my A7? Do I bring the Nikon? And I'm really glad I ended up bringing both. And there's no way I ever would have got the stuff that came in on one center today with the lens on my A7. How about another international heavy jet? We have Turkish Airlines Flight 7. Inbound from Istanbul. It's another Boeing 777. Got gorgeous lighting right now. FedEx 769 inbound from Memphis. Iceland Air Flight 645 inbound from Iceland. It's Reykjavik, I believe. I'm probably butchering that, and I apologize. Reykjavik, maybe? Of course, we had Iceland Air divert into Cleveland a couple of weeks ago. Good to see it again. Got the new livery on this 737-9. Aer Lingus Flight 119 inbound from Dublin. A321 Neo, unfortunately, it's pretty backlit coming in here on one center. Looking at the forecast, I do expect the runaways to change overnight. It's coming from the north now, but the wind should be shifting to the south overnight. Looking forward to seeing these Aer Lingus A320s here in Cleveland in a couple more weeks. First flight will be May 19th.
Tower 134.42. 3442.
And a Citation 750, I believe, inbound from Fort Worth, Texas. Alaska Flight 434 inbound from San Francisco is a A321 Neo. I read where Alaska is getting rid of their Airbus fleet by September, citing cost. Just shows how important the single fleet type is to Alaska. The More to Love livery is on for tomorrow here at Washington Dulles. I'm hoping to be able to catch that. We have the event with Play tomorrow. I'm looking forward to bringing that to you. But there's definitely a few things I'm hoping to be able to catch in between. Air France Flight 26. It's a A350 inbound from Paris. Just got an alert that there's going to be a rocket launch tonight at Wallops in about 15 minutes, and we actually might be able to see that. We're in the viewing range for it, so we'll keep an eye out. Maybe we'll see a rocket launch tonight. See a young girl over here taking pictures of airplanes, kind of in front of me to the left. Awesome to see people out here doing this. Gorgeous day for it. Got another United heavy jet inbound. It's flight 925. And this flight is inbound from London Heathrow. So after the British Airways A380 lands, we'll probably go grab some dinner and then head over to the airport. Try to get some more of these evening departures before we go back to our hotel. 767 is in the Evo Blue livery. United 933, 777-200 inbound from Frankfurt. United Airlines 1463 inbound. I think I got this right. Just trying to learn how to Google it. Punta Cana, I believe that's how you pronounce it. If I'm wrong, please let me know. Alright, check this out. It's the star of the night here at Washington Dulles on this gorgeous Tuesday night. Tried to find the rocket launch, but unfortunately it kind of clouded up off to my southeast, so was not able to catch that, unfortunately. But how about this Airbus A380 Super Jumbo? British Airways Flight 293, they're inbound from London Heathrow. Got a new special livery. I didn't realize it was over here. This is the Air Wisconsin Retro. Wish I was paying more attention. I might have got it. 3385. Looking ahead of me right now, they are refueling the beautiful UPS NB11 that'll be departing here in a couple of hours. Might stay up here to see that. We'll see how the evening goes. Kind of at that time of day where most operations are either on 1 right or 3-0. So we'll see what we get here on the center and determine how long we want to stick around. I'll be back here again tomorrow, though. Spend a day up here at Dulles. Coming in here on runway 1 center is Alaska Flight 308. It's the Airbus A321 Neo inbound from LAX.
I'm hoping that we get spoiled and maybe one of the heavies comes over here. I know when I was here a couple years ago, we did have a couple heavy arrivals and departures over here in the evening, so fingers crossed. And I'm really hoping the wind changes direction tomorrow so we can get more of the departures and arrivals coming in that way. I intentionally booked the hotel that's right on the flight line to try to get some 1-9 left arrivals. And everything's been in the south, but the wind should change. It looks like, I looked at the forecast and the wind should change, so fingers crossed. Looks like the Iceland Air 737 MAX is taxiing over to runway 30, which is the runway over there in the distance. So, try to get them departing. That's where I wish I had, I thought about renting a bigger lens, and now I wish I did, because we'd be able to see those 30 departures a little bit better. I could do it with the Nikon, but it's not very great at night, so tomorrow we'll be in good shape though. Meanwhile, coming in on one center is United 1370, a 737 inbound from Houston. It's definitely starting to cool down up here now. It's probably about maybe 55. Tomorrow night, the More to Love Alaska livery is supposed to come in. It's supposed to come in like, there's a couple of them, and one's supposed to come in at like 5 in the morning. We will probably not be getting that one, but the other one's supposed to come in around this time of night, so hopefully we're able to catch that after the event that we're doing tomorrow. I'm looking forward to going down. We're supposed to go down to the runway and film up close with Play for their first arrival here at Washington Dulles, so we'll get some good up close shots of that hopefully, as well as the water salute, and I'm hoping we get some other arrivals while we're over there. Assuming they're going to come in on runway 1 right, 19 left. Got an ambulance here. Hopefully everybody's okay. Might lose it in the building. Iceland Air departing off runway 30. United 1986, I believe, is the flight number. So it's a 737 MAX 8 inbound from Seattle. Looks like the ambulance is over by the terminal. Hopefully everybody's okay at the beautiful terminal here at Dulles. I believe this is the first airport built for commercial traffic in the US, if I'm not mistaken. And then we'll take a look over here at International Row. Got a few of our international aircraft still here. Qatar. There's the Copa. The Turkish that came in. Our British Airways Super. There's the Alaska that just came in. It's like American, I think, and then Aer Lingus. So we'll see them all depart here in a little bit. Delta over there too. Hey, look at this. This is United 438, 737 inbound from Cleveland Hopkins International Airport. Haha. Left there this morning. I see Dubai 3 came in yesterday. One of the United Arab Emirates 747s came in the morning. I was gonna go up to get it, but felt like sleeping in a little bit because we've seen that airplane so many times. But since it's Dubai 3, it makes me wonder if Dubai 1's gonna come in here at some point. I didn't see it yesterday or today, but usually when Dubai 3 comes in, we get Dubai 1 as well. So we'll keep an eye on that to see when that's supposed to come in, and certainly when it's going to leave. And we'll try to get up there to catch that 747 leaving for you again. Always fun to see the Dubai 747s in town. It's a Southern Airways Express Cessna Caravan inbound from Morgantown.
United 1552 is going to maintain 4 down at 4 slow to 190. Going 1 Tango here, trying to drop your 3 o'clock land to right side. It's United Airbus Center Tower 134, 42, 34, 42. 34, 42, final order, shuttle 6204, 7000, 6000. Shuttle 6204,
now I could use that bigger lens. This is a 300. It's a 100 to 300. Does a pretty nice job for the most part. Every once in a while, though, I wish I had a little bit more. The Smithsonian, I wish I had a little bit less. Because I could not get far enough away from everything. Let's have this business jet land. Look at this.
100, shuttle 6204. Speed of 4893, clear visual 1 center, speed 180 or greater, don't 5 out. Visual 1 center, 180 or greater, 5 out.
United 1552, it's a A320 inbound from O'Hare. I apologize, I didn't catch that business jet landing. It identified as the CRJ, I swear. It pulled up and I looked at Flight Radar 24 as a CRJ inbound. And it still is a CRJ in its location, so it looked like a false flag or just not showing up on there. But glad at least we were able to catch it at the very end. Hopefully a taxi's back by. I don't know where it went.
235, it could be in Charlie Gate.
That's the Qatar A350 is taxiing. They'll be heading over to runway 30, unfortunately.
At 1830, welcome aboard, Delta altimeter 3018.
I'm not sure where the BBJ went. So I taxied over to the turned right when I got off the runway at the end, and it went over kind of behind me, so I don't know where it went. A350. The Aer Lingus is pushing back. A couple more weeks, we'll see them in Cleveland. May 19th, I believe, is the first flight. Fortunately, I'm going to be out of town that day. We're going to a wedding, but we'll definitely get as many. We'll get the first one we can get. We might go to O'Hare for a couple of hours on that trip. Haven't really decided yet. Just kind of depends how the timing and everything goes. Maybe do some spotting up Milwaukee while we're out there. Again, just we'll see how things go. But lots of stuff to look forward to. Cedar Point opening day, we'll probably go for that and walk the park and check out the dragster area. For those of you that like roller coasters, we'll go look at that. And definitely got a few things coming up. Stay tuned. Got Airlines International coming up too as well in June. 2634 and the Airbus A330 inbound from Atlanta. United was allowed in Atlanta. Delta's major hub. Might be a trip we need to take someday. Atlanta, catch all the Deltas that come in, as well as the International to go in there, check out the Delta Flight Museum. We'll make that a trip someday.
And we've got Delta coming. Holding to an alpha. Make sure you're squawking 7004, 7004, and contact the ramp 1912.
Airling is taxiing out. Just found out that the Korean BBJ that came in today is actually the president of South Korea came in. Oh, I wish they would have come in on one right instead of one center. I have to see how the video came out on the Nikon. I'm sure it's perfectly fine, but oh, I wish we would have got that over here. I was, going back and forth on it because I wanted to get all those heavy jets and try to get everything coming in at the museum, since that was the direction that the field was going. So I wanted to catch all that. My original plan was to come here, but since it was, they were coming in from the north, it didn't end up working out for me. Northern ops today. But my original plan was to come up here. When I came up earlier, I realized that I would never be able to see over there, so I went to the museum. And I wanted to catch all those heavy jets, but I wish we could have got that over here. Maybe they'll leave tomorrow, and we'll catch it. We'll see. We also got that Russian Il-96 that came in. I got a video of it on my phone when I was in the People Mover going across the airport. I know it's not the greatest video in the world, but we'll have that on here too. So definitely a few really cool catches today.
We have the airfield site, 2667. 2667, heavy clear visual approach, runway 1 center. Clear visual 1 center, 2667.
Got a heavy jet coming in here in the center.
Your discretion, Connect Gulf Tower 13442.
United 1830 inbound from Nashville.
Going to Delta 23. Okay, I see Delta 22 as well, Road National 6263. Where's Yankee 7 short of Zulu, contact ramp? 7 short of Zulu, contact ramp, that power folder, shuttle 6263.
Qatar 708 heading back to Doha. We got a heavy jet inbound with United Flight 2667. Boeing 787 Dreamliner inbound from San Francisco.
For gate Delta 5. Yeah, 2381, thanks. Taxi straight ahead there to join Zulu and hold short of Yankee 7. Straight ahead to join Zulu and then, did you say Yankee 7? Yep, short of Yankee 7, you got it. Short of Yankee 7, United 2381. Half left taxiway, just to the head of you there. The half left taxiway to the full length, Yankee 11, and just monitor the tower, they'll call you.
Conquer, Yankee 11, monitor tower, Solar 8, Central Bravo.
We got another heavy jet inbound, United Flight 1635. It's a Boeing 777 inbound from LAX.
Air 596 for 7 compares to runway 1 center, just going to maintain 4,000.
Runway 1 center, just going to maintain 4,000, field to say,
United 2494, descend and maintain 3000.
3000, United 2494.
United 2136, contact Dulles Tower now 120.1, have a good night.
120.1, yeah, 2136, good night.
United 675, descend and maintain 3000.
17 3000, yeah, traffic.
United 675, thanks. Clear visual approach runway 1 right, follow the Airbus 320.
Visual 1 right,
Got the Dreamliner taxiing past here.
After follow 230 to 3 o'clock, 4 miles northbound. Boeing 737 3700.
Charlie 5. Yeah, 1635 over ground. Thanks. Next, ready to head to join Zulu, short of Yankee.
Tower 120.1, good night. United 2494, descend and maintain 2000.
2000, 2494. That's 07. Here we got the weather.
Climbing 3,000 feet, 3017, heading 340.
Larry 612 Bravo, coming depart.
There's the big 777 taxiing past.
Left Yankee 2, I'm sorry, Kilo 2, give way to the 73. Actually, left take Kilo 2, traffic inside of mile final, no delay off, and where are you parking?
Parking.
Culture to Juliet, the 73 is no factor, and contact the ramp. Have a good day.
Fortunately, the departures are mostly going off 3-0. I'm really hoping this UPS goes off over here. My guess is it probably won't, but fingers crossed.
Oh, thanks, yeah, 1635.
To the gate. To the gate.
Got a E175 getting a tow.
Yeah, for the push, going to be on the Alpha 32F 1027. Tower Southwest 1647, wave your visual for 1 center.
Okay, Southwest 1647, Dulles Tower, runway 1 center, clear to land 1105.
Clear to land 1 center.
United 1961. It's another 737 inbound from Las Vegas. These are coming in nice and crisp for you.
0,000, contact the Filmex 118.95, 1895 today. 10 and 1895, let me just
Southwest Flight 1647 inbound from Chicago Midway. One of the very few Southwest flights here at Dulles. They have one of their major bases at Baltimore Washington International, which is about 30 miles or so from here, closer to Baltimore. And they also have a lot of flights into Washington Reagan, which is downtown. So if you're flying Southwest, you're probably going into BWI, maybe DCA. Only a handful of flights come over here to IAD. I flew this flight last year when I came here. And it had 7 people on board, literally 7 people on board. So we had like the entire, whatever part we wanted to sit in on the airplane to ourselves, and that thing just rocketed off the ground at Midway. It was amazing. Amazing departure. United that just came in. I'll be sad when this livery goes away. I'm so used to seeing it. So this Continental's livery going back to like the early 90s. And when Cleveland had a Continental hub, we would see these all the time. So I'll be sad when this livery goes away for good. I think United was 4 years ago yesterday, I believe it was, that they unveiled the Evo Blue livery.
I do like the Evo Blue. I like it a lot, really, especially on different aircraft, but I'll miss the merger livery when it goes away. Hopefully they keep one in this livery and put the Continental titles back on. That'd be pretty cool. Speaking of newer liveries, the Southwest Heart livery has been around now for just about 10 years, or getting close to 10 years now. And they're still painting them. Southwest has a large fleet of 737s.
Super Tug 8 hold.
I will admit the Heart livery has definitely grown on me. It's a very modern looking livery. I like the tail more on the older liveries for Southwest, both the Desert Gold and the Canyon Blue. And I love the Canyon Blue livery. I'm going to be sad to see that go away. Something about the red bellies that they had. It's probably sad to see those go away for good. We'll have the retro, of course, flying around, but definitely miss seeing those all the time. Now, looks like our Air France A350 is taxiing out. I'm sure they're heading over to 30. It'd be awesome if they came over here. Air France is probably my favorite. They're not my favorite livery, but probably one of my favorite airlines because I've always wanted to go to France. I can speak a little bit of French. Always been fascinated with French culture. Certainly grew up a fan of the Concorde, and Air France was, of course, they flew Concordes forever. So I always kind of get a little bit excited inside when I see an Air France aircraft, any type of aircraft. Of course, they fly into Detroit, so at some point we'll go up there. Typically, with my job, in the summer we work 4-day weeks, so which usually leaves Fridays open, every other Friday open. So on some of those Fridays, maybe we'll go to Detroit, as well as other places that interesting things are going on.
Etihad 6 Hotel Zulu runway 30, taxi via Yankee and Yankee 11. Yankee Romeo to runway 30, Etihad 6 Hotel 0.
And here's the Etihad Dreamliner. Last night it departed on 1 center, but it looks like today they're going over to 30. Most departures, especially at night, are over there, and there's really not a great place to go, at least that I could find. I'm sure there's probably some gas stations or businesses or something like that you could go to, but this late at night I don't want to drive over there. You don't know where you're going to go or who you're going to run into, so came up here, figured a little bit safer, plus we can see pretty well up here. Head to the hotel here pretty soon and be back up here again tomorrow. Got a long day ahead of us tomorrow. We're going to do a special event with Play, so we're going to go down on the runway to do some spotting over there for a little bit, and of course we'll spend a lot of time up here too. There's another full day of spotting here at Dulles before we head home. Looking forward to that. Hope you stay tuned for that. If you haven't done so already, hit that subscribe button, hit that like button, and hit that notification bell so you're aware of every new video that we post. After getting the UPS MD-11 loaded up here. So we'll see this MD-11 leave before we leave tonight. They're loading up the cargo containers into our MD-11. Air France 27 heading back to Paris. Etihad heading to, I believe, Abu Dhabi. .787 Dreamliner. Oh, look at this. Our UPS MD-11 is pushing back.
Push approved for East taxi.
Etihad Boeing 116, Tower runway 1 center, clear to land. Y'all will park in the jet.
Just going. 2275.
Maintain 3000, advise the field.
Thank you, 11 monitor tower, good night. Thanks.
Just going to maintain 10,000, delete the speed restriction.
Company 76, transition Delta to the gate.
It's our UPS MD-11 flight 1219. They're heading over to runway 30.
30, taxi Yankee 11.
It's our MD-11.
Show 6185, left Yankee 11, monitor tower, good night. Yankee 11, monitor tower, have a good night, show 25.
Just gonna be sad when these are gone.
West Taxi United,
Welcome.
3597.
Breaker 3597, push approved.
Buzz for United 2170.
Flight 235, climb maintain 10,000, 10,000, approach 11895.
10,000, 11895 on frequency United 2275. Transition Charlie, hold short of Zulu.
So we got a business jet inbound.
South 4312, Potomac approach. Good evening. Expect runway 1 center.
Runway 30 line of flight.
5 miles.
Potomac, good evening. Altimeter 3020, runway 33 left.
Just the 1 right localizer. That is Mike Oscar Sierra Bravo Yankee.
Maintain 11,000, air shuttle 6185. Foxtrot, hold short of Zulu, contact ground there, .62.
UPS 1219, it's our MD-11 heading to Louisville.
United 942, Delta short of Zulu with Victor. 942, Dulles ground, runway 30, taxi Yankee, hold short Yankee 11. Yankee short Yankee 11 for United 942. 597.
Ready, United 757, heading over to 30.
It's a E170, but yes sir, and the monitor tower, good night. Sierra 3597, monitor tower, good night.
Monitor tower, good night, Sierra 3597.
For us, for 4388 is Delta,
Number 4388, Dulles Ground. It is Victor, runway 30, taxi via Yankee, hold short Yankee 11.
Alright, that will do it for tonight from Washington Dulles International Airport. We're going to head on back, get checked into the hotel, get a bite to eat, and get ready to go to bed so we can come back tomorrow. We got the Emirates A380 coming in the morning, as well as a couple other early morning flights. We'll try to get up to get one of those for you. Hopefully the winds change direction so they come in over the hotel, so it'll be a lot easier for us. So keep your fingers crossed for that. We'll be back here again all day tomorrow. We're going to do some spotting up here in the garage. We're going to go down to the runway and do that special event for Play for their inaugural flight into Dulles. So lots to look forward to, and then fly back to Cleveland tomorrow night. Just want to thank you all for your support. Thank you for liking the channel. Hope you enjoyed the video. If you haven't done so already, hit that subscribe button down below. I really appreciate your support. Feel free to comment down below. Hit that like button. Hit that share button to share with your friends. Hit that notification bell. I really appreciate your support. Hope you enjoyed the video, and we will catch you tomorrow from Washington Dulles International Airport. Have a great night, everybody.